Right, I continue with the second video, the controlling and auditing on the SDLC. Okay, for this part, it's on the system maintenance procedure. Okay, when we have installed the system and we have fully implemented the system in the organization, and there is a need for the system developer have continuous support and perform maintenance. Okay, now maintenance is done maybe every 6 months or every year. There are preventive maintenance. There are maintenance done when there is or there are problems with the system. Preventive is done according to schedule, maybe every 6 months. Okay, so the system maintenance staff will go through and check whether there are any issues, whether there is a need to perform any maintenance. Right. Okay, from the point of view of IS control and audit, we have to make sure that maintenance procedure are done only legitimate changes, okay, are made to application, and those changes are also tested before being implemented. Okay, any changes, any updates, any for example, updates to a version. For example, previously or currently we are using version 1.20. Okay, let's say we have been using that version for the last 6 months. Okay, by right, the IT people, okay, after the first installation and the implementation, they should get feedbacks. Maybe some users found out that there are times when data are input, but there are the data are not updated. Okay, and maybe there are issues related to compatibility. Okay, software is one thing. Okay, another thing is the hardware. Okay, in some organization they are using companies hardware. In some organization they allow staff to bring in their own computers. Okay, this concept is widely used now, internet of things, IoT, or bring your own device, BYD. Okay, in such situation we cannot control the users machines, because we allow people to bring or to have their own devices unless we provide machines for staff to use. Now, from time to time there will be compatibility issues and there is a need to update. Okay, so maybe within the 6 months, the IT people try to work out on how to solve the problems. Okay, so they need to maybe provide some changes, maybe to do some alteration, so that if data are accessed over the internet, so certain applications are compatible and certain applications are not supported. Okay, so they need to test run, and that's why if we use internet to access or any website, they mention specifically, okay, maybe they advise us to use maybe Firefox version 12, or maybe the Google version, higher version, right? So following this suggestion, we need to make sure when we want to access, we use the right Explorer, okay, the right Explorer, which is compatible with the apps or the system that being used by the company, right? So any changes or any updates made to the application has to go through some process. Okay, they will have to develop to a higher version or new version, and they have to test that. Okay, test the apps or the programs that they've developed, and then to get approval from the management, okay, on any changes. Okay, right. If I may bring in an example, if we observe carefully our MySejahtera, okay, MySejahtera is an application used by the Ministry of Health, okay, to monitor the vaccination programs and also the COVID-19 infection. Okay, now everyone, every Malaysian, they have to install MySejahtera. Okay, and up till now, those who are above 12 should have taken 2 doses, okay, of COVID-19. Okay, some people have already completed their 3rd doses. Okay, now when we open the MySejahtera, everyone, the owner can see his or her vaccination status, maybe completed 2 or maybe completed 3. Okay, now this cert, there is a cert certificate is required by any premises if the person wanted to access the premise. Okay, they have to show that they have completed the process. Okay, now if you observe carefully, the original MySejahtera was very simple. Nothing much. Okay, only displayed the owner's name, the COVID-19 status. But since last June, they have already upgrade the system where you can have a appointment for vaccination. You can have the certificate for vaccination, and you can scan and have details of whereabout where you have check-in, where you have there is under the old features, you have to log out. Every time you check in, you have to check out. Okay. Under the current apps, they have improved, where once you have to activate your location. Okay, you have to activate your location. So every time you check in, once you leave the original location, the system will automatically log out from the location. Okay, so you don't need to check out. Okay, so that's the new features, and that's a new improvement, right? Another improvement is that we are required to make sure our Bluetooth is active. Okay, and we can see who are in the same location. Okay, maybe in the same location we have 10 people. It will show 10 contacted people, anonymous. Okay, anonymous means that we as the apps user doesn't know who are in the same at that same location, but the admin at the Ministry of Health, they can trace who actually at the same location at the same time. Maybe at 11 o'clock, how many people are there. Okay, the reason for the Ministry of Health to have these features is that, let's say if someone infected by COVID-19 visited location A at 11 o'clock. Okay, so there previously they have problems to trace back people who visit who have infected with COVID-19 visiting the same place at the same time. But under the new features, Ministry of Health can detect the location and the person and the time, exact time, and they can easily call you up to appear at the CRC for further check if COVID-19 case spread.